He wouldn't let me, he wouldn't let me up. Nah, man, look, this hey, you know why I didn't come with stats? I'm gonna say this just to poke the bear. Hey man, you don't need stats for a rivalry game. Just go out there and fight.
Wait.
Hey,
How the hell is it a rivalry game when it's 81-10?
listen,
Well, I
no. From South Carolina's standpoint, and Steve Spurrier said this when he was coaching, we're their second biggest rival behind Clemson. But from Georgia's standpoint, it's just an important conference game. You know what I'm saying? We're not rivals with South Carolina, but listen, me and Stat Guy been friends for a while, and what happens is when it's the guy at the water cooler, you talk a lot of trash. You know what I'm saying? Because you see everybody every day. But from Georgia's standpoint, it's a conference game that we need to win. And it's like that. I know South Carolina fans they'll like to tell you it's a rivalry, but not really.
I do need that one, Mars. I do need that one. Man, I got to work on some of my sounds here, man. You're right. There's got to be a cooked one. Yeah, he's tagged out. John Russell says WWF tag Stack Guy out. Ding ding. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna move on. Poor Stat. I gotta let you up, man. I gotta let you up, bro. All right. Here we go. And I appreciate you guys coming on and bringing that hammer down like that and having some fun. This is what we love to do here. We talk trash anyways. It's lots of good stuff.
Hey man, that's right. Me and Stat do this y'all get to see it on camera today. We do this every day.
I know you do. This is the same way same as all of us guys. We do the same stuff, man. This is kind of what it is, right? Let me take coaches out of here.
Hey, one thing, it's raining in Athens currently, so that might help South Carolina keep it closer.
Yeah, maybe so.
I still need the excuses. I don't need y'all turning into Tennessee fans and being like, "Oh, it was raining."
Okay, so we lost Jay. Thanks for coming in, Jay. We appreciate you. Yeah, you could have just said, hold on, I gotta go. But appreciate you coming in, talking to us about a little bit of ball there. We're gonna have David Neal from David Talks Buffs and Ball coming on here in just a few minutes.
So that's dope.
Let's talk a little bit about what we've been seeing here the last few weeks, and this will be one of those things that another one of the things that I'm sick and tired of seeing. Appreciate you, Jay. And we also have Nathan Bomber Brown from the Big 12 Mafia in. We're going to talk a little bit about him as well. We're going to talk a little bit about BYU, Arkansas as well. I think that's another one of those big games. I do want to get to, before we do that, I did want to go ahead and get to what you guys feel about that game down in Florida today at the Swamp. Can Tennessee go in there and win? They haven't done it in like 20 years, right? So are they going to go in there and lose again, Coach?
Yep, they are. I think Florida's not great, but I don't think Tennessee is as good as they were last year. Yeah. They haven't won, like you said, they haven't won in the Swamp since 2003, and they've only won in the Swamp 5 times ever. I feel like their offense just isn't as explosive as they needed to be. And if they need to run the whole game just to beat Florida's run defense isn't great. But if it's going to be like one of these low scoring, that's what Florida wants. Florida wants a low scoring game because they can't go toe to toe. Let's say Tennessee's offense is rolling and they score 40 something points. Florida can't score 40 something points. So, from what I see, I watched the Austin Peay game twice. Bro, Austin Peay was slowing that offense down. I mean, that last
run team, they're not with Joe Milton. They're not getting it done. In the air. In fact, it's changed Heupel's complete offense.
Well, that offense is predicated on being good in the run. The reason why Georgia was able to handle Georgia and South Carolina was able to handle Tennessee last year is because they was able to slow the run and then stop and then get a good pass rush of 4 and drop 7 and cover those receivers. So, and now they don't have the same receivers. I know Tennessee fans want to make you believe it, but there is no Jalen Hyatt walking out of that locker room. There's no Cedric Tillman. Squirrel Wright is pretty good. Yeah. Brew McCoy, pretty good. It's like they don't have that guy. So they have to lean on the run even more. And I think that just leans to Florida. And not for nothing, Florida's bad, but it's hard to win in the Swamp. So I got Florida winning. I told Stat, we got a little side bet on it. I told him not only am I taking the 7.5, I got Florida to win outright today.
Wow.
Look at there. Look at those shades.
Not the shades. Hey, the shades and the cap.
I just want to start off by giving a big shout out to all you terrible moms out there.
That's dope.
The way you
That's
enter a
dope.
show, by the way.
Real talk. That's dope.
Welcome in David Neal. Obviously, let's welcome in again Nathan Bomber Brown from the Big 12 Mafia. Let's talk some ball, guys. Welcome into the show, fellas. We appreciate it. Let everybody know how to find you real quick since you got here, and then we'll get into this next topic.
Perfect. Well, you can find me, David Talks Buffs, everywhere: Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Spotify now. So we're growing. World domination. Hop on the David Talks Buffs bandwagon.
There we go. Hey, ride that train. Let's go.
Big facts.
Nathan Brown, welcome to the show, Bomber.
You bet. First of all, this is too early. All right, I was just getting out of bed. I didn't know there was homework. What's going on? Anyway, I got to mow the lawn. I mean, come on, guys. All right.
Not really.
Big 12 Mafia show on YouTube, and check us out on Twitter at B12 Mafia and at the Holy Rivals.
Okay. Cool. Well, let's talk a little bit. Let's get into since you're a little sleepy headed there. Let's make you think a little, Bomber.
Okay.
Let's talk about BYU. They've kind of looked a little out of the gate. This is going to be a big test, obviously, and particularly going on the road today to Fayetteville, Arkansas, to take on KJ Jefferson. The Arkansas Razorbacks. What are your thoughts about that going into this game? What are your chances, you feel like?
I think if they can keep him in front of him and doesn't let him get out on the edges like he did last year and torched them for ridiculous yards, I think BYU can win this game. It's not by any means a blowout. It could be a one-possession game, but I don't think Arkansas is as good as they've been. And, would they end up 6-7 last year? So they have their own struggles. Well, the first two games have not been lights out. So, Slowest has 5 touchdowns in one game last week. He looked good. It all comes down to their receivers. If they can get separation, which has been kind of difficult, or if LJ Martin, their freshman running back, go off, I think BYU controls the clock a little bit and they can win this game.
Yeah, listen, I'm one of those guys that believes in BYU quite a bit. I'm not sure that I think that they can go on the road and get this win, but I do like this team. And I felt like, even after that first week showing, that would be my question to you, is that what do you feel about this whole, with the way the Big 12 is kind of performing, aside from, K-State, Oklahoma, and Texas? It hadn't been a great showing. I guess you see it kind of showed up against nobody so far. Hadn't been a great showing, though, for the
Cincinnati
league.
hasn't been bad.
Yeah, Cincinnati's played well. I mean, UCF has played well.
UCF leads the nation in yards per game or something like that.
Kansas is certainly not out of it, right? Kansas is still just trying to get their stride. Though last year they came out the gate, Big 12 played extremely well. This year they're a little bit slower to come out, but I think at the end of the year you're still going to have 4 or 5 schools in the top 25, and it'll hold its own with the other conferences. So will BYU win this conference unless they get a miracle and everybody plays out of their minds for 13 weeks? No, they're not going to do that. But an 8 or 9 wins is not out of the realm of possibility if they can win 2 or 3 games on the road.
Yeah, the spread today is like 12.5. I got BYU covering the spread.
It's up to 12.5. Yesterday was 8.
Oh, my bad. Like whatever. I thought it was 10 or something like that, and then it moved. But maybe I'm wrong. But
no. You may be right.
Listen, I'm taking BYU to cover the spread. I don't know. Maybe they win. Arkansas Rocket Sanders still isn't 100%. I don't even know if he's suiting up.
He's not going to play.
He's out today.
I think BYU has a shot. I don't know if they win, but I think they definitely cover the spread for sure.
Yep, I think that's what most people are saying, is you don't win outright, but you're in the game to the end.
Too many points.
I agree with you. I think it is too many points too. BYU's defense is the most improved part of this team. So last year, what separated the game last year, 63-35, was there were 3 turnovers, and those turnovers led to 17 points directly, and they couldn't stop the run. So the defense has improved in the run, and they I think they're the second least turnover school out there this year and the end of last year. So they don't turn the ball over, and their defense has improved. So we'll
it's been bet down
it's
to
in Arkansas.
7.5 at MGM is bet it down to 7.5. You've got
I'm
it
still,
right.
I'm still taking BYU in the points.
Well, that just lets you know that the fact that it's been bet down to 7.5 like that tells you that a lot of people agree with what you're saying, Coach.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
and because MGM, that's one of the bigger betting places that there is. Anyway. It's, you know, especially now that they have online.
I think it'll be a great game. I think it'll either way. It'll be very entertaining game. Yeah.
All right, Boomer 129. I love all your sayings there, buddy.
So I was just one quick thing, Jason. So we're in CBS Sports, online pick'em. That's where I got the 10.5 from. It opened the week at 10.5. So I was like, oh no. I was like, give me that 10.
3 points of movement's a lot of movement. That means
that's
that
a lot of movement.
Believe in BYU here, especially even on the road. And so to me, if that's with 3 points baked in for the spread
for the home team,
right?
That really means that there's really
like
not.
It's a pick'em
game now. It's a pick'em game now. So this would be another one of what Jay was talking about earlier. This might be one of the ones where you want at this spread, you might as well go ahead and go the money line. This is just me talking from a Vegas perspective. I lived in Vegas for 12 years. This is where when you look at that baked in spread, I would probably go money line BYU and live with whatever happens because
like you said,
you can win money that way.
For those that do bet, it's good to get in early so you get the better spread because a lot of times, when it moves down, like right now, you said it's at 7.5, and you try to take that 7.5, and then when let's say they lose by 8, but I got in at 10.5. So
I would agree with the sharps betting it down there because they don't just move it just based on public. Yeah, it's not usually on public money; it's going to be on sharp money. That's where you get big moves like that from Vegas casinos. And MGM is a Vegas casino, so I would tell you that is sharp money there. I would go with the sharps and go money line there.
Plus 245 for the money line.
Yeah, listen, you got to do it right. Yeah, and if you take it, you're just going to make what you bet. So it's definitely you're going to go over another almost $50 just to make that move. If they're gonna, and if I can see it happening, I can see it happening. I think that would be bad for the coach at Arkansas. But I think
so. If BYU doesn't turn the ball over, I don't think it'll be surprising if they win. I mean, the SEC overall hasn't looked good out of conference. So I mean, that's another thing.
One thing I did want to show everybody real quick here. This is something that was on Bomber's show last night. It really, really cool stuff. You guys got to see this. So these tell me the name of this guy before I pop this up there.
Yeah, it's Captain Butters is his Twitter name. His first name's Johnny. And he for the first 2 weeks of the season, he's getting his commercial pilot's license. He wants to fly.
Oh yeah, this was dope.
Yeah, he wants to fly commercial, like United Airlines or something like that. So he has to get tons of hours, and you have to pay for your own fuel, and you have to have hundreds of hours. So to do that, he has his own plane. He goes out and basically just pays for his fuel and spends 3 hours a day before whenever that week's game is, and this is what he gets. So go ahead, Jason.
Yeah, there we go. It's there it is. So this is how he. What the heck? Let me make it bigger. Well, not that big, Jason. All right. Well, as you can see, this is where if you look at this on the may have been better going the other way. Yeah, it was. So he flew this route here.
That was
and tracked it the whole way. This is a great way to go about. I mean, to go beat Arkansas. I mean, he's a good way to get your flying hours. He's got to get 200 hours is what he said in order to be able to get his pilot's license to be able to go and get this job. What a freaking awesome deal, right? And I tell you, I hope that somebody from Oklahoma we could hire this dude for the Red River game. I don't know.
I collected money last night on my show to pay for an at Big 12 Mafia flight. So I know he takes donations.
He is for sale then, right?
That's
What's
so
that?
dope, bro.
He is for
Yeah.
sale then, right?
Well, he was for me. I don't know. I'm a BYU guy, so you might have to I might have to convince him. But if you want to take, I'm sure he wouldn't turn down money.
I was about to say, Price is Right. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he'll do
exactly.
it.
Listen,
Yeah.
That's dope, though, man.
Of all you OU fans in the comment section here, make sure that you go find your rich buddy booster out there. Make sure that we can get this Captain Butters, and we're gonna put a link to him. We need to get this guy for the Red River game. It's only a few weeks from now. He should definitely be running that out there, and that'll be awesome, man. Maybe it'll hit ESPN if we do it.
Well,
Good stuff. Good stuff. I think it's awesome, man. And listen, what a way to kind of, he's getting his name out there. It can't be a bad deal. I don't know who he's going to work for, but I would guess that somehow this ends up on ESPN, Fox, whatever, coming up pretty soon. I would think.
Yeah.
Just me. But very cool stuff, man. Very cool stuff indeed. I've been saying it a lot. I feel like BYU has an opportunity to be one of the major players in the Big 12 moving forward. No bigger than Utah. I think that Utah, BYU, and then I still think UCF is probably a few years away, but I do think that they're going to be one of the big time players as well. Mm-hmm. But the one that I really think, looking at this, and here we're going to go back to what I was saying before about some of the shit I'm tired of hearing. One of the major things is CU. These guys are coming in here, and now you're looking at, for all the folks that said they were going to win 3 games, they're about to do that today. They're about to do that today, and for no other reason than this. Let's go ahead and do this real quick. Oh man, what a knucklehead!
They're not about to. They're going to.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I think right now is the question ain't none of that. It's do they get to 8? You know what I'm saying? It's like that should be the question now. I mean,
no doubt. No doubt.
I admit when I'm wrong. Like I came in thinking like 4. I thought they would beat Nebraska. I didn't think they would beat TCU. They looked like the better team against TCU. I thought they would beat Colorado State, so I thought they would start out 2-1 and then win one of the Arizona schools. And I think they played Stanford. I thought that was the other one. And it's like I felt like those 4 were the guarantees. And then their schedule, listen, they're a good team, but their schedule is not easy by any means.
No.
And by the time they play Utah, Cam Rising is probably going to be healthy, that kind of thing. So I just think now it's on the table, like, can they get to 8 type deal?
Well, you know what? Talking about their schedule.
Well, let's listen into this real quick, though, Coach. Okay. Obviously, you had oh man, I grabbed the wrong one.
That's the one I think with his response to the guy. I think Jason dropped off. He's trying to get it together so he can show this. I ain't gonna call him an idiot. I ain't gonna call him an idiot.
Coach I.
Yeah.
Coach I, like you were talking about their schedule, they're probably about the 5th, 4th or 5th toughest schedule in the country.
Well, that was one of the reasons coming in why my expectations were where it was, not just because of Colorado's team. It's like you have to play your schedule too, and not for nothing. I did say that I felt like the Pac-12 was going to be one of the better conferences because of the quarterback play, and Shedeur is just adding to that. So they still got to play USC, which is I think going to be it's going to be a real game. It's hard to win it. Oregon, you got it. Washington State's offense is looking good, so they got to go to Washington State. Utah, that conference is just right now offensively, you got to put up some points. Luckily for Colorado, they can. So
absolutely. Well, but when the season started, I was one of those that had the crazy hat on because I thought they were going to win 6, and so people were looking at me like I was out of my mind, which they're on the money with that, but yet they're going to be pretty damn good. I mean, like you said, are they going to get to 8?
That's the question. Yeah, what do you think, David?
Oh man, I would love for them to get to 8. As we talked last week, that's the number that I picked them to win a month ago. And I mean, if that hits, man, I do have some bets on 7 wins.
You've been doing good in that department.
You're good, brother. You're in good.
But man, I'm excited. I'm excited to take care of business tonight. And then we really got some of our toughest opponents ahead of us, which I'm super pumped for. And man, I would love to beat Oregon. I would love to beat USC. But yeah, we're gonna have to play
everybody in this
complete
room would
games
love
to do
to
it.
see that too. We would love to see that too. All right, real quick, let me go ahead and share this real quick. Let's see, where was he at? There he is. There's old Coach Dummy. I gotta call it Coach Dummy real quick.
Yeah, this dude, Coach, I want to be on TV.
Yeah, that guy, right? All right, here he goes.
Just had a lot of public
You want to
critics.
hear that?
Yeah,
I'm not one of them. I really respect all head coaches and the sacrifices that they've had to make to become head coaches, especially African American coaches. And so I was happy to see Deion get his opportunity. You know, I had to wait a long time to get mine.
All right. All very nice. And then Folger's getting from media and celebrities.
there we go.
And ESPN doing interviews with the CSU players and asking them about Prime and CU. By last night, Coach Norvell had enough. Here he was talking about Sanders on Norvell's coach's show and the way that Coach Prime dressed for his press conference.
And I sat down with ESPN today, and I don't care if they hear it in Boulder. I told them I took my hat off and I took my glasses off, and I said, when I talk to grown-ups, I take my hat and my glasses off. That's what my mother taught me. So, you know, they're not going to like us no matter what we say or do. It doesn't matter, okay? So let's go up there and play.
Well, there you go. The national headlines. Coach Norvell taking a shot at Deion. Just what we all know.
Who gives a shit?
bruh, the fact that you're taking on your in-state rival and you're focused on somebody's hat and shades, like, come on,
hey,
bro.
Man,
that just say I'm conceding the loss because they're better than us. So let me focus on something else. Let's try to take your attention away from the fact that they're a better team than us.
Yeah,
but hey, shout out to them because they got. Shout out to them because they got the players a bunch of free glasses. So,
and somebody's probably getting an NIL deal.
Trying to get out here and be the best coach I can be. And I look up and I read some bull junk that Dan said about us. Talk to us. Once again, why would you want to talk about us when we don't talk about nobody? All we do is go out here, work our butts off, and do our job on Saturday. But when they give us ammunition, they done messed around and made it what? It was just gonna be a good game. They done messed around and made it personal. It was gonna be a great test, a battle of Colorado, but they done messed around and made it personal. So I'm minding my own business, watching some film, trying to get ready.
Listen,
how stupid was that? How stupid was that? Why the hell?
There were some players sitting back like, why would you do that, coach?
but what? But guys, who have they played up to this point that hadn't talked shit about them?
Well, I don't think Sonny Dykes talk trash about him.
Sonny wasn't talking shit.
No. That's what Sonny's been in the game
Sonny's
for.
A class act.
Yeah,
Sonny's a class act. But again, and I kind of agree with Coach I. They want to place the emphasis outside here so everybody's focused on this crap instead of the game itself. Because they're probably going to take an ass whipping, and they don't want that to be the focus.
Yeah, but I mean, to me, if you're that coach, if this is you and you're Coach Norvell, now that's all you're going to ever be known for. Because you're at Colorado State, the best thing you can hope for is to do a very good job, get an opportunity, go somewhere else. Now, unless you come out and like win 3 Mountain Wests in a row, you ain't never going to get another job. The only thing that anybody's ever going to remember is how you ran your mouth to Coach Prime in his first season, and they beat the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Well, and like I said, Jason, who gives a shit? I don't care what the hell you wear or what I couldn't care less. He talks about my mama taught me. Well, you know what? I didn't live with your damn mama. And so at the end of the day, you wear what the hell you want to wear, and I'll wear what the hell I want to wear. And then I'm going to whip your ass even if I wear my birthday suit, I'm going to whip your ass anyway. So
listen, man, there must be a problem in college football with shades, man. You know, I think was it Tennessee stat guy that took a shot at Beamer for doing a social media post, you know, that he was having fun with the shades and stuff. So Kentucky. Yeah. So
Kentucky,
then afterwards, he put on his shades after they beat Kentucky. So it's like, stop giving people ammunition, man. Like, just let them. You show up.
Quit.
Like Kirby
Hey.
Smart say, talk with your helmets, man. Don't
Quit.
let all that stuff go.
Quit being the Brian Kelly kind of guy. Just shut the hell up and go coach them up.
It's crazy.
Dave, come on, come in here.
Let's put the shades on, Dave.
You got to be loving this shit. As a CU fan, put your shades on and talk to us.
Oh man, yeah.
Because
let me talk to you how my mama raised me, right? Like y'all said, man, I think this is hilarious because it is clear that, there is a whole team, there's a whole movement of saving receipts for anything negative said about this team, said about Coach Prime and all that. So it was very surprising to hear Coach Norvell say this earlier in the week because, again, like, this is an in-state rivalry, yes, but we don't hate CSU. I mean, they're like our little brother, that we beat up on every, once every few years or so. So it's not like, when he's saying there are guys,
all right,
just gonna hate us no matter
hold
what.
on. This is not what we wanted from you. Talk shit. Let's go. Come on.
Well, I'll say this is that I think I was worried a little bit about the spread. When are the backups going to come in, all that. But now, I mean, there is a chance for us to put on an amazing ass whooping, and I think it's really cool because since the college football slate's a little weak this week, I mean, everybody's in town. Everybody just wants to see an absolute thrashing of a team this evening. And how often does that happen? We're going to run up the score. Keep in mind, Shador already broke the single game record for passing yards against TCU with 510. Sefo Ufau currently holds the record right now for single game touchdowns with 7. So he's got to get 8. I have been of the mind that I want Shador Sanders to be immortalized here. So he needs to break every single passing record that we have, for career, for season, for single game. So what I'm hoping for is that we see Shador put up 8 touchdowns today. That's just what I'm hoping for.
There we go. That's what we were looking for. Come on,
listen, people showing up like ancient Rome, man, when the gladiators took on the beast or whatever. It's like, do you want me to kill him?
Yeah.
And then all the crowd is like, "Kill him."
But man, it is so hilarious. And like, again, I didn't go out to campus today. I was so exhausted after the Nebraska game, like that whole thing, and like freaking waking up at 6 o'clock to get out there and not finding parking. And I was just, man, I just want to enjoy this on TV this morning. But man, like the fact that I've been seeing tweets that Big Noon is sending people out to the game day crowd to be stealing fans away to bring them over.
That's
to
freaking awesome.
To their
Oh wow.
It was some of that going on last year in the Texas-Alabama. When they both were there.
It's so funny, and the fact that like I went to graduate school at CU, got my MBA there, and to see this just happening, the business building is right where Game Day is at. So I've walked that field, countless amounts of times. To see this happening, man, to see everybody just wanting to come here to just see an ass whooping, it's amazing. And this is another thing that I wanted to bring up, Jason, that I've talked about on my show a little bit this week. What is it with these coaches that they just don't seem to learn? It's like they need to touch, the stove themselves to understand that they're going to get burned, that they're, that it's hot. I don't really know what's going through Jay Norvell's mind. I thought that we were just going to play a simple game, let people get in here that haven't gotten a lot of playing time yet in the second half, whatever, that's totally fine. But it's like, I mean, we can give it to you rough if you want it. We can break out the handcuffs. We can make it a little kinky. If you guys want that, we can really bring it tonight. And that's what we're gonna do, man. We're gonna bust out, all the thrills, man. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
And I hope y'all do.
Yeah, because then we got conference play.
Listen, and that's it. Going into this I think that anything, if you were, a lot of teams would maybe be worried about kind of looking ahead. You've got Oregon coming up next week, and then the week after that, you've got USC or SUC. Excuse me, SUC. It's always SUC, as you can see, right? Now, because of this, I really think that Coach Prime ought to be sitting over engraved thank yous for making sure that his team does not lose focus here. Their focus remains on, stomping a mud hole into that football team as they get through with this game. Look, guys, I'm going to pass it around here, starting with Bomber. What are your thoughts about this and all this? I think a lot of folks did not expect a whole lot out of Colorado, but with the way things are going, what are your thoughts about this team now?
I'm a believer, right? Look, after the first game, I came back and hat in hand had admitted that I'd underestimated Colorado. So now that I have that behind me, I think I am nothing but in their corner. Will they beat Colorado State? It's a joke, right? It's a joke that they would even try to be on the same field with them. I think Norville's trying to gin up some sort of rivalry, and that's not gonna work. Making fun of sunglasses and hats and everything, and that's ridiculous. So as far as we are going into the season, unfortunately the Pac-12 is stronger now than maybe they've ever been in the last 20 years. This season is the best season that they're going to have in ever, because it's dead after this season. So I still think they can win 7 or 8 games though.
Definitely. Coach I, if you're taking off now, I want to just say, let's let everybody know how to find you before you take off, man. We appreciate you coming in.
Yeah, man.
Love you, Coach John.
Fanatic Sports Network on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, IG, all that. Fanatic Sports, man. Hey, always good to be on, man. I like the morning show, Jason. Good idea. Look forward to talking to you tomorrow, David. We're going to preview that Oregon and Colorado game, man. Should be a lot of fun, man. So, hey, shout out to all of y'all. Dope for tell Captain Butters, man, that flight path was dope, man. Very creative, dog. And I love it. Shout out to Coach, man, and Stat Guy. I'll talk to you today, dog.
Love you, brother. You do a great job, man.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks for coming in,
Coach.
Man. My man. All right. Okay, cool. Yeah, and so we'll go to Stat real quick. Let us know what your thoughts are about Coach Prime and CU. You got to be right about something today. Come on.
Well, hey, I was dead wrong about this because I had them winning 3 or less, and obviously they jumped TCU, got the season rolling. I felt I had them beat Nebraska all along. I'm not high on Nebraska at all, but now you look, they're gonna absolutely beat Colorado State like they stole something, or that they're just a bad parent, just want to beat the hell out of their kid for no reason. This thing's gonna get ugly, but the schedule gets tough, and it's like you're looking at 6-6 for sure, but you talk about they can beat one of these 6 teams ranked in the top 15. You're talking about having a great year. You beat 2 of them. Now you're talking about 8 wins. I said all along, if Prime gets him to 6-6, I don't care what anybody else does in the country. He's the coach of the year. Go ahead and print his name on it. It's a wrap. And with what he's doing out there is amazing. And personally, I like all the day-to-day nuances, trash talking, the vibes. It's just fun, man. Make college football fun again. Let's go back to the era of the BCS where you have to beat somebody by 70 to make sure you get into the championship game. That's what tonight's going to look like. It's going to look like Oklahoma back in the early 2000s, making sure they were going to play their way into a championship game by beating the Sisters of the Poor 77 to nothing.
Right. Yep, that's true.
You're not wrong. And that's listen. Coach, go ahead and say what you got to say. I know we have been. First off, before I give it to Coach and I have been on CU all year.
Yeah,
long before anybody when it was popular to be. We've been saying you're underestimating these guys. Go ahead, Coach.
Oh, mine's going to be short and sweet because I could talk an hour on this topic because of all the shit talking that's gone on about CU and Deion Sanders and what he was going. Oh, he's cleaning the house. That's not the way you handle business. Screw you guys that were thinking that shit. Because I'm just telling you right now, he did it. He did it his way, whether you like it or you don't like it. And look what he's coming up with. He is kicking people's asses, taking names, and it ain't stopping today. So keep doing what you're doing, Deion. I don't care if all the coaches don't like it. I don't care if the fans don't like it. And like I like to say, if you don't like it, I'll bend over and you can kiss my ass.
Never short on words. Never short on words, Coach Roy Ball here. That just leaves good on me. I'm going to say, as I was saying a minute ago, bottom line, when Bryce was here, we were doing the same thing. When he was still at Jackson State, we were wondering where he was going to go. And said that, hey, he's going to win no matter what. If you can recruit like this to Jackson State, what can he do at a Power 5 program? And it didn't really even matter who it was, to be honest with you. No matter what, if you can go do that at Jackson State and get the number one recruit in the country to go there. And Shedeur, people forget that Shedeur was a high 4-star quarterback. He could have went anywhere in the hell he wanted to, and he went to play for his dad.
Hey, Jason.
He goes and kills it at that level, and everybody still wants to talk. This is one of the reasons that one of the things that really I'm sick and tired of freaking hearing. We got a whole list of them today for this show, but let me present this one real quick. Bottom line is I've been sick and tired of hearing this. This is one of the bigger ones. Coach Prime in Colorado won't win more than 3 games. And now they haven't played anybody.
The goalpost is moving.
The goalpost. Stop moving the damn goalpost, people.
Yeah,
stop moving the damn goalpost. This guy has done nothing but prove you wrong at every step of the way. You may.
Right.
What are we going to get to before you shut up?
Right.
Because to me, you can when they get to their 6 wins or 7 wins or 8 wins, then it's going to be, well, they're not going to win the Pac-12. You may end up being right. They're not going to win the national championship. You may end up being right. But shit, what do you expect? They were 1-11 a year ago. 1-11. Yes, he went in there and cleaned house. He needed to clean house.
Guys, we had a safety starting at quarterback for us 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
well, and Jason, let me just say this, Jason. Those people, and some people are even questioning Shedeur.
Good grief.
Come on, guys. Pull your head out of your ass. Do you know
Brady?
Do you know where he came from? Did you ever watch Primetime play? Did you ever realize what kind of athlete Primetime was? Well, guess what? His son came from him, and the chances are he's going to be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm with you. We got to let Stat get out of here real quick. Stat, we appreciate you coming in, my man. It's always great to have you on here. You came in here and you've taken your licks from these OU folks, and I appreciate that out of you.
I appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all come to the Saturday night snap count tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern, over on the Fanatic Sports Network. I'll be there ready to take my licks if y'all somehow are able to pull the upset and beat Tulsa. Y'all have a great day. Hey, go Cox. Upset the world, baby.
I love it.
Got out of there quick.
I love it.
Yeah, this is awesome. Hey, guys, again, thank you so much. If you're new to the program, hey, I'd love it if you came over to CFB-pod and subscribed, hit the like button. Make sure that you hit the like button, especially over on David's end. We're happy to have all you folks in here in the stream. But get in there and check us out. And look, there's a lot of really good creators been on this show. Make sure that you just saw Stat Guy and then Coach I from Fanatic Sports Network. Make sure that you get over there and check them out. They have some of the best college football coverage in the country, period. They're Georgia fans. And Stat Guy's a South Carolina guy, but they are SEC guys. They are among the best. They have a show on Tuesdays called Respect the Hedges. It's got a bunch of former Georgia players on it. Solid content day after day. As we talked about before, the Big 12 Mafia Bomber has built that channel in a short amount of time into one of the most respected programs, particularly for realignment on YouTube, period. Nothing but respect for Bomber. So make sure you get over there and check them out as well. But hey, we'd love to have you be a part of this community as well. We got a lot of love for, listen, I'm an OU guy. Coach, as you can see, is a Notre Dame guy. But we love college football. We talk college football and everything college football, and this is the way it has been.
Well, I just wanted to say hi to Coach and David. David, we got to have you on next week, right?
Yes,
even if it's just for a little bit, we got to preview that game.
I keep forgetting to. I know I've been needing to call you back, so
that's okay.
We need to make this happen. So
absolutely,
yes, most definitely.
Okay, all right. I've
Jason,
written it down so we won't forget.
Hey, Jason, I do want to. I want to mention to a comment Hank put up earlier about my Speedo, my Irish Speedo that I have. He talked about my 4-leaf clover. It's actually only a 3-leaf clover.
Oh, geez.
But the extra leaf belongs to me.
I'm not even sure what that means.
Love you, Hank. Love you, Hank.
It sounds wrong.
You don't want to know, brother.
I don't even know what to say here. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to let that one go.
All right, very good.
Yeah, and so obviously the other, let's see. They were talking. I cannot forget about Norman. He's usually on the show. He's actually spending time with my mom though today, so he's not with us. So, if you come around, you get to see Norm. He's the mascot for the show. So anyway, yeah. Hey, thanks a lot. We appreciate you guys a lot coming in. Make sure that you hit that like button though. So again, that was number 2 on what we're talking about on stuff I'm sick of hearing in college football. The first one, of course, we were talking about. I'm sick of seeing people writing off Coach Saban over one game and a loss to Texas of all things. So that brings me to the next thing. Now, Texas fans are saying that they're moving the goalposts, not getting their flowers after they beat Alabama this week.
What?
For the love of God, win something for once in your freaking life other than a single game in the season, and then come talk to me about how nobody's giving you your love. Holy shit.
Show us some consecutive wins, guys, and then, you know what? I'll eat my words, but y'all still suck.
Yeah, listen, I mean, look, and I'm not even, we just got done saying that nobody wants to hear about, how they're going to run off and, that all of a sudden, Alabama, you're going to put Coach Saban out to pasture and stuff. But until you guys even win a conference championship, spare me how, I don't want to hear the, I'm back or they're back stuff or, Jesus. Yeah, we're back stuff, It's silly talk. So this is one of the things I'm most sick of hearing as well. That now, we're moving the goalposts and everybody's hating on us and not giving us our love for beating Alabama. What do you want? What do you want? Automatic trip to the freaking playoff here?
Yeah.
Get through Kansas and all that stuff, and we'll see how you do. If you can get through this with one loss and freaking you win the conference championship, you'll be in the playoff. But until then, why would anybody believe that Texas is going to do that? I don't know why.
I'll give them some flowers, some damn dead flowers.
Yeah, and as always on this show, throw the horns down, please, everybody. All right.
I will say they are a bit lucky that they don't have Texas Tech on the road this year. But yeah, I feel like most of the Texas fans I've talked to and reached out to after this week, they are still traumatized from the losses last year and are very, very nervous going into conference play. So we'll just have to see, man.
Look, they haven't won a conference championship since 2009.
Yeah.
They've played for one since 2009. Wake me up when you do something other than run your mouth and win the offseason, okay? That's it. That's all I got to say.
After winning one game.
Yeah.
After one game, we're 2 weeks in. 2 weeks in, and they want their flowers.
They could have won. They could have beat Alabama last year, and they still would have ended up with the same record in conference. So just winning one game at Alabama has been sort of on a downward trend for a minute. So, yeah, I'm not saying everybody's going to go in there and just be able to beat them up in Austin, but I do think that more teams than not have a chance to beat them than ever before.
Look, have you guys ever lost to them? BYU, have you ever lost to them?
We're 4-1 against Texas.
4-1. Okay, so yeah, there you go. And they haven't beaten Oklahoma in consecutive games since like 2006.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't know that.
So that's this is going to be what it is. Yeah.
Hey Jason, how about that power?
Is bullshit. Yeah.
Hey Jason, how about that powerhouse Florida State down 7-0 to Boston College?
Are they really?
Down 7-0 to Boston College. Somebody said something about that the other day. That's funny stuff, by the way. Yeah, Florida State. There's another one that I could say, when you guys beat freaking teams like Boston College, North Carolina State and Wake, not to mention the, 8 in a row to Clemson that you lost, then we'll start talking about you too. But that's not as high up my list as the Texas one. Number one on the list, though, let's just go ahead and put this one out there because just want to give props before you guys beat the crap out of freaking CSU today, Dave. And then I'm thinking that you got a good shot. I think Oregon's going to be a tough place to go play and win, but I wouldn't put it past them to do it. They gave up a lot of points at Tech last week. Tech doesn't have the quarterback that CU has. No. They don't. So I give them a puncher's chance there too. Okay, yes. I do. Here's the other thing but the one that we really want as Oklahoma fans, go beat the crap out of SC. SUC. As you can get this shirt in our don't forget, you can get that in our pod merch store. But here's the last of those ones that I wanted to share. Things that I am sick of seeing or hearing from college football. USC is quietly playing better defense. All right.
Quietly?
Yeah, quietly, my ass.
Quietly? Yeah, I don't know.
Quietly is a true statement, though, guys.
Yeah, that's
true. Freaking silent. They're silent.
Yeah.
They're quietly playing defense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's crazy. Quiet.
So
you don't quietly play
games,
defense.
They've played Stanford, Nevada, and San Jose, which Nevada put up more points and yardage on SC than they put on Montana. Okay. San Jose State, which was a middling Mountain West team a year ago, put up 28 on them, 21 in the first half. They rushed for over 200 yards. Stanford is trash. They don't believe in NIL or the portal. And so, they lost 56-10. Why did you give up 10 to them? They're quietly freaking get the crap out of here. Until Lincoln Riley has a defense his defense and the lack thereof is going to be very evident in the next 3 or 4 weeks. Let's look at the rest of their schedule here.
If Lincoln Riley is your head coach, you can automatically guarantee you will not be playing defense on that team.
No.
And what is up with his allegiance to I'm forgetting his name, the D coordinator?
Alex Grinch.
Yes, Alex Grinch. I don't understand.
He doesn't care about defense.
Oh, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy. Right. I mean, at the end of the day, if that's not the only thing they're putting money into for the next 5 years, Lincoln Riley's going to get chased out of there in 4 or 5 years because they're not going to win more than 8 or 9 games.
Gone after this year.
He may leave with Caleb Williams this year.
Lincoln Riley is gone.
That is quite possible. Yep. I'm not saying it's not.
I could definitely see it. But here's the thing. The bottom line is no matter, they've brought some guys in, right? They've brought some guys in and done some of that stuff. But the bottom line is number one, they have a yoga instructor for a strength and conditioning coach, and they have a terrible defensive coordinator that got run off from Ohio State and it was about to get run off from Oklahoma, right? Because they were not improving whatsoever. And look, when you let some of the talent that they've allowed get out of there, like, we're Big David Uyunglele is a big friend of our show.
Right.
How in the hell does Mateo get out of there? How does he get out of there? He's right down the road.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
A big difference on that team. It's so freaking hilarious, right? It's just look, bottom line, I'm just gonna say I'm sick of hearing it. I'm sick of talking. When you actually go put something out there, then let's talk.
But
I don't want to hear anything about suck. Yeah, hey, look, the last half of that schedule, it starts with Colorado next 2 weeks from now.
Yeah. And
then it goes Notre Dame. Then they got Utah. Then they got UCLA and Oregon and freaking Washington. Yeah, they're lucky that they don't have to deal with Oregon State, because Oregon State would beat the shit out of them this year. Yeah. They played them to 6 points without a quarterback last year.
Yeah.
Now they got DJU.
That's why I never thought that they were like, people were picking them to win the conference, man. I just couldn't.
They're 8-4 at best, man. Watch and see, folks. All you Colorado folks that are here for Dave, we appreciate you. Make sure that you bookmark that. I said it. 8-4 USC.
Let's go. Yeah. I mean, that Notre Dame game is going to be awesome.
Yeah. And I didn't even bring up Notre Dame. I'm sorry, Coach. Please go ahead with that. By all means, I would never take that from you, by the way.
No, buddy. You're great. No, Notre Dame has another scrimmage today. Before we play a real game next week. And so we'll go into next week 4-0 and playing a good Ohio State team. So, until we play an Ohio State, guys, I'm not going to talk about how tough our schedule is, because our schedule is, early. Our early schedule is weak. Now, once we hit next week and hit Ohio State, then it gets continually tougher through the rest of the season. I mean, because there's a lot of games that we could trip up on in there.
Sure.
with some decent football teams,
but you get them at home too. You get that SC team at home, and that's the thing I like about Notre Dame. And we've been saying it. I feel like they are one of those playoff contenders too, because of the fact of how physical they play. Yeah. And you got a quarterback.
I agree. They're playing very physical. I'd like to see our O-line step up with just a tad more at the guard position. So I don't think our guards is playing as well as we need to. But guys, we have a bevy of running backs. All those receivers they talked about that they weren't worth a shit. Well, they weren't worth a shit because we would never get them the football. Ask Buckner. He'll tell them today when he's throwing for Alabama and they're picking everything off. But, we're Sam Hartman. You know what Sam Hartman's brought to this football team. He's been playing in college football for 21 years. And we're excited. We're excited to have that expertise. So we're going to be fine today. I say today 52 zip.
Whoa. Okay.
Loving it.
Coach,
All right.
Coach throwing it down. That's all I'm saying.
Love it.
You got some money on the Sam Hartman Heisman?
Actually, I do. I actually have. If Notre Dame wins the title, I'll make about $15,000, and if Hartman wins the Heisman, I'm gonna make another $5,000.
Let's go.
Well, there you go.
That.
I think if they won the national championship, he probably won the Heisman.
Exactly. Right? That's what I'm saying. And you know what? I'm gonna have a great damn vacation on that one.
Oh yeah.
I would think.
Just so everybody knows, thank you for the score update there, Stephen G. K-State, Mizzou are at 7-7 already, right into this right into the game, just getting it started. K-State going down today. I'm doubting that, man. I don't buy into Mizzou. I don't buy into Mizzou. David talks about us 1-16 against SC. Hey, the one is the only one that matters, bro.
That's right.
It's going to be the only one
you're
that
only
matters.
as good as your last game, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, I got to get.
Yes,
I got some stuff to do this morning, but I appreciate your invite and having me come
coming in, Bomber.
Appreciate that. You bet. No problem. That's fine.
We're going to be
on you. Good man.
You bet, Dave. We'll see you later.
Okay.
Are you going to be on Coach I's show tonight, the snap count?
Well, BYU plays late, So there's a good chance that I'll be watching football.
Jump in with us and give us an update or something towards the end if it starts looking good.
If I think about it, it all depends what the score is. We'll have to see.
Go BYU, baby. Let's roll.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that. You guys have a good Saturday, and I'm rooting for you guys' teams as well. So we'll see you later, all right?
Okay, man.
Later, buddy.
All right. Peace out. Man. We'll see you.
Later,
all right,
bye.
Make sure to get over there and check out Nathan Bomber Brown at the Big 12 Mafia and the Holy Rivals channels right there. So, yeah, awesome stuff. Thanks a lot. Hey, shout out to all the CU fans for popping in here and following in Dave, man. I mean, hey, we appreciate that, guys. Man. Almost like my Hall of Fame Mafia, just follow me around everywhere we go. So we appreciate that a lot. And I hope all you guys, please do jump in, hit the like button. If you don't mind jumping over to both sides, both streams, and hitting that like button. If you like what you see, we talk college football about everybody all throughout the country every week. You might want to check us out and give us a shot. Just subscribe. I think you'll like us. We're not one of them haters. We don't hate on CU here, at least not most of us. Most of the audience members are pretty smart about Colorado. So, hey,
Jason,
I'll tell you what.
Real quick, I just want to say for my viewers that are checking in, before I was like a YouTube partner or anything like that, Jason was the first guy to ever reach out to me from YouTube, just encouraging me to keep going, to get on the show, all that. So he's been like one of my day one supporters. So it would really mean a lot. Definitely you support what he's doing. Definitely going to be doing some more stuff with him here in the future.
Absolutely. Weekly, man.
Yeah, so I just appreciate you, man.
Good.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate you saying that, man, too. But look, I've been very and I don't even want to use the word surprised. It's been very amazing to see your jump. Just where you started to where you ended up. I mean, you've already passed me up, and I had about 6 months, 8 months on you, I think, as far as starting this channel. So amazing work that you're doing out there with those guys, your dedication to it. I mean, Coach and I have talked about that a lot. You're one of those, we talk about this a lot. Our channel, we bring on the best content creators in the country, period, no matter what.
I agree.
I believe that 100%. We've continued to do that for, months now. And so, I'm glad to be able to get to work with you, man, just like these other guys. And I'm excited about what we're going to do moving forward as well. I feel like we can do a weekly thing and just kind of click together on it. But man, so are you going to be at the game today? Did you say you were going to be at the game, or you're just going to chill today?
I was looking for tickets. I was going to go if I got some for free. That's just kind of how it was. So I had some that possibly could have happened with a friend whose company has season tickets. But they decided to sell the tickets instead of give them away to somebody at the
There's
company.
Probably a lot of damn money in it.
Yeah.
There's probably a lot of damn money.
Right now there is. There is.
Yeah. I'll tell you that.
Jason,
yeah.
Thanks, Coach Norvell.
Jason,
right?
Thank you. Yeah. Hey, Jason, I was going to tell you, and I know you said, David's got ahead of you and stuff here, or ahead of us, and you do have a detrimental setback, and I think if you get rid of that, I think you'll be successful.
I already know you're ahead of.
You get rid of coach. You get rid of Coach's ass, and you'll start growing.
First of all, everybody in there tell everybody how full of crap that statement was. I think if you got rid of Jason's ass, the channel would probably pop up quicker. But because
I wouldn't be able to turn it on without you, brother.
Listen, but I'd probably be better as just a producer, to be honest. But no, man, listen, our channel has been growing exponentially. I'm not upset about that.
Yeah.
Look, this movement for Coach Prime it's been really cool to watch, to be honest with you. There's, David's not the only one that's grown like this. There's a bunch of guys that have become creators just to cover this CU football team. Yeah. And they've blown up, and shout out to them, man. Shout out to them. And, and I actually have a lot of followers from the videos that we have done from CU. You know what I mean? I do have a lot of followers from that. But I mean, again, and we're a national show. We want to do it as a national show. But I mean, I have no problem with what's going on here whatsoever. and being, I enjoy watching good content. He puts out good content, period.
Oh, thank you guys. Yeah, I mean, that means a lot. And I will say, it's a unique thing because I feel, and I say this all the time, like, I don't care if, you're a diehard fan of another team, like, there's always room for you to jump on and enjoy this whole CU ride, and that's what's been so much fun with the whole thing. We got my biggest cities that watch my stuff: Atlanta, Dallas, and Houston. Denver isn't even in the top 10. So it's been really cool to see what's happening, just everything. We are America's team, man, because I feel like unless you're a Nebraska fan, I mean, you wanna see this thing, but I mean, they got to put up with seeing us on game day and Big Noon the rest of the year. I feel like
I think it's going to happen at least once or twice more, right? I mean, if they win next week, you could figure that they're going to be there 3 weeks in a row, probably.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise you. Yeah. Look. I mean, it's just look at ESPN and Fox. They're fighting over them. They're sending both Big Noon and Game Day were there today.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's rare that happens. It happened last year with Texas Bama, but this is on another level. And when you've had over 10 million watches in the first 2 weeks, it's real stuff, man. So, look, we've been going for a couple of hours now.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah, Coach.
Jason. So Boston College held off a drive from Florida State, so it's now 7-3 Boston College.
Wow.
This is going to be a game, boys.
It's going to be a game. Look, as I said, and here's the deal with Boston College. I don't know how good I don't know that they're going to win this, but this tells me a lot about that number 3 ranking they got sitting next to Florida State's name. I don't buy it. I didn't buy it. It tells me that they're probably, maybe they're looking ahead at next week when they play Clemson. I don't know, but they're not done with Clemson yet. I mean, Clemson, they haven't beaten them in 8 years. Yeah. They hadn't beaten them in 8 years. So again, they're another one of these programs that you got to show me before you get that done. LSU, Mississippi State, 3-0 Tigers right now. We'll get into some of the. Let me throw up a couple of the scores here. Let me go through a couple of what we got so far. You've got 3-0 there. 7-7 still with Missouri. They have the ball, and it's 4th and 8 at the KSU 12. Looks like they're probably going to be. No, I don't know what they're going to do there yet. So it's 7-7. There's got a 4th and goal going in. Let's see. That's the only other game going on right now. So
Penn State, Coach.
Penn State, Illinois are knotted at 0 still. Still 0.
Yeah, and that's already 9 minutes. 6 minutes into the game.
Yep, and then you've got Missouri did kick the field goal there. It's now 10-7 Tigers there. I would be surprised if they hold on for much longer there. Watching that game right now. Okay, guys, we have been going for a couple of hours now. I want to thank our guests, all of our guests, for coming on today. Jay from Unfair Sports. We also had Bomber from Big 12 Mafia. We had Fanatic Sports Network. Make sure you go and check out Coach I and the Stat Guy over there. And then, of course, so happy to have David Neal of David Talks Buffs. Hey, lots of fun to have all you guys in here. This was our first edition of the Sooner Game Day type of deal we're trying to do. We're going to kind of rein it in, be a little shorter on the next couple of them, but I appreciate everybody popping in here. If you hadn't already hit that like button, please make sure you wipe your feet before you come in my house and hit that like button. It helps with our algorithm all the time. We appreciate that. We have another live stream coming up on Tuesday night. I will also next week's Sooner Game Day deal or Sooner Kickoff show will be from Cincinnati. I'll be heading out there to go see Oklahoma take on the Bearcats in Cincinnati, see what they can come up with. And hey, I'm excited about all of this. Excited about this season, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun watching a lot of football. And I think this is as big a toss-up year as we've seen in a long time. Agreed. I think that you got a lot of teams that have a chance to make some noise in college football moving forward. We appreciate our family coming out and watching us. We will, hey, make sure you get out there. It's David Talks Buffs everywhere on social media, including right here on YouTube. We are at CFB-pod for all you folks coming from CU, checking that out. If you want to come and check us out in the future, we would appreciate that. Guys, thanks again. Thank you, Chicken. Love to my boy Norm, and he'll be out on Tuesday as well with us as well. So thanks again, and we will see you guys on the next one.
Go Irish!
Let's go Buffs.
Well, hell, then let me throw them horns down.